And the bad tidings didn't end there for Suresh Kalmadi. Late in the evening, he was sacked as the head of the Indian Olympic Association, ending his 15-year-long innings at the top. But the baton has been passed to another usual suspect, yet another politician. Senior BJP leader Vijay Kumar Malhotra has replaced Kalmadi as acting president of the presiding body of Indian sport. Interestingly, Malhotra, who has been at the helm of the Archery Association for over 2 decades, had himself convened the meeting that pushed him to the top. The IOA members present at the meeting at Malhotra's residence unanimously decided to ring in the change. The decision also had the approval of IOA Secretary General Randhir Singh, who is not in Delhi at this time. IOA constitution allows the senior vice president to step in the absence of the president. Let's in fact at this time go cross straight to VK Malhotra's residence, where he's standing by with our correspondent Shumon Ray. Shumon, what's the sort of plan that Mr. Malhotra has now that he's been brought in as the acting president of the IOA?
With me is the acting president of the IOA, Mr. VK Malhotra. Mr. Malhotra, what are the big challenges before you as an acting president?
See, according to our constitution, the senior vice president automatically becomes the acting president in the prolonged absence of the president. The situation has arisen. At the moment, our challenge is that sort of cordial relations between the government and the federations. On the one side, transparency should be in the federations and IOA, etc. But at the same time, the autonomy of the IOA and the sport federations and the sport fraternity should be honored.
So this talking about IOA, there has a lot of people been talking about the age tenure and that a lot of people have been acting for a long time. So now the age and the tenure.
I'm saying this question is, I think, because 50% of the government cabinet, it is all beyond 70 years, and for the longest term, all MPs, MLAs, etc. If they continue for 20 years or 25 years. They are lauded, that they are very popular. So this thing, nowhere in the world, in any international sport federation, this sort of tenure and age is there. The Prime Minister, all the Prime Ministers, right from day one to this, they were all beyond 70 years or so.
And if the relation between the sports ministry and the IOA,
I try to see that it becomes very cordial, and there should be. Yeah, we will try to talk to the Prime Minister and the sport ministers and other people there, and discuss with them and see that there are cordial relations between the government.
The Constitution 13B, as you said, the rule actually empowers you to take all the decisions now. Now the executive committee meeting you have called. Can the executive committee take a decision on Suresh Kalmadi's impeachment?
That is for the executive board to decide.
But that is practically possible.
They can't. It's for the general body to do. There is a long constitutional provisions.
But when a criminal charges is leveled against a very
there are charges there. So it will be for the executive board and for the general body to decide.
But you do not rule out that.
So how can I rule out? This is a constitutional provision. So if anybody, but there is a procedure. It has to go by the constitution.
That was Mr. VK Malhotra, and he is saying that there is a procedure that has to be followed, but Suresh Kalmadi's impeachment is possible, and that power is given by the constitution of the IOA. With camera person Vinod Kumar in Delhi, this is Shumon Roy for Headlines Today.